Yeah, I've been traveling. I got a lot more travel coming up, but I should be able to pack a little bit. First here, nice Northern music guy. Hello, Exronus. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Yeah, is this a guitar? I don't think it's a guitar. I mean, I could be wrong. Does it look like a guitar? Where's the grand? It's upstairs. Oh, Ronus? Okay, there you go. That makes sense. Thanks. Hey, T-Rog. What scale? This is a piece. This is Prokofiev. Good old Prokofiev. Mirror effects make me dizzy since the high notes are placed on the other side. What's this eerie tune? It's Visions Fugitive by Prokofiev. Hey, Chopin enthusiast. Well, sorry for the mirror effect. You're just gonna have to deal with it because I don't have time to fix anything. I know, it's kind of nuts. I don't know why it's doing that so much today, but it's kind of cool. Piano Man, we can do it. Can I play 433? I can. Can you play 433? Dvorak's Jazz Etudes. How was my week? I was all right. I was down in South Carolina for a little conference. That went pretty well. I think I maybe convinced some people to maybe let them help me solve their problems. Always a good thing to do if you can. Batman? Oh, thank you, the buck. Appreciate it. Yeah, getting sick is no fun. Clair de Lune, we can do Clair de Lune in a second. I don't think I've ever heard these before. Antonin Leopold Dvorak. Okay. This almost sounds like pop songs. Night in Tunisia, Jesus Melina, we could do that. That's fine. Ghost Waltz, Gaming Death Waltz. Let's pull up some crazy stuff. Craziness. Yabba, yabba-doo. Everybody loves Clair de Lune. All right, you just want this, right? Let's see. Something like that. Is that Scriabin? No, it's not. That's Jesus Molina. Death Waltz, it's Black MIDI. Yeah, I mean Black MIDI is okay-ish to mess around with. It just gets a little boring because the whole point is just for it not to really be playable. No Black MIDI here. Good one to learn. Mozart Requiem, sure. composed the Fire Prelude in D minor? Sure. Throw it out there. Liebstrom number 3? Sure. Passacaglia? You can mess around with it. Okay, let's see. Passacaglia. I'll look that up. All right. We're getting a lot of suggestions. We'll grab Passacaglia. We'll grab. You want Muse score? Hold on. We will look this up. I need N-U-R-R-A. Sigma Boy? Sure. Boom, bum, boom, boom, boo, doo, doo. Right? Or is that Chill Boy? I can't remember what it is. And then you were saying Prelude number 3 in D minor. All right, we got that. Sigma Boy. Let's look it up. Here we go. Here's your Sigma Boy. I'm asking the real questions. These are the real questions. Oh, and Scriabin. We'll get that going in a second. MuseScore? I'm not on MuseScore. I've got a ton of stuff. I haven't put any of it on MuseScore. Okay. Interestingly written. Lots of nice little bits of this. I'm not sure if I like going back to there. I'd probably want it to resolve to A minor or resolve to A major and then go back to the D minor. But that's really nice. Yeah, no, it's good. It's more, I like the general idea of doing the skipping a note and then coming back for it. I think that does kind of make it sort of more of an exercise. And yes. So anyway, Redbone. Oh, you want Come and Get Your Love. Nice. Yeah, I got Passacaglia pulled up. I need to get this pattern down. I forgot about it from the other day. There we go. Carol the Bell? Sure. Oh yeah, Scriabin. I like Scriabin. I'll pull that up. I think you said Opus 11. Scriabin, Opus 11, number 5. Hi, what's up?
I'm just letting you know that I think you used a soapy knife to cut up the apples.
Okay.
Some of them taste soapy.
It's over.
No, it's
not soapy knives. You can't have soapy apples. That's your homework for tomorrow? Cool. Dark is the night? I don't even know what that is. Anything from Chopin? Sure. Experience is fine. Just throw stuff out there. By the way, that's how you do that chord. You don't hold on to those notes. You just use the pedal for that. And then here, same thing here. You don't have to have your hand big enough. You don't need to hold them all down. Chopin, Opus 10, number 12? Sure, let's look it up. Skibbity Toilet is just amazing. Even before that, again, jump to whatever you need. Opus 10, number 12. Oh, this guy? Sure. Why not? Let's turn the page. Here we go. And then we go to here. How does someone write such amazing music? You skip 10 seconds. There you go. Post a tutorial. Yeah, we could do a little tutorial action. I don't know how widespread the audience would be for that, but there's a lot of very specific things that you can do on this that will make it significantly more approachable. I wouldn't say easier, but more approachable. Composed by knowledge and experience. So let me It's funny that you say that's such a great melody. It really is not. It's like the most basic melody ever. Da 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 da. Like basic melody. It's everything besides the melody that really elevates this piece. And that's actually true of a lot of Chopin. His melodies are generally not that exciting, if I'm being completely honest. I know that's probably slander to say, but like I'm trying to think who's like a great melody smith. Like the melodies are just like, oh, they're so good. Like he does so much harmonically and improvisatorily and like ornamentally on his melodies that they transcend what they are. But like the melodies themselves, they're pretty basic, pretty basic. Which actually, I was gonna make this point when I was playing the prelude. Sorry, the Scriabin. Let's go back to the Scriabin just for a second, and then we can talk a little bit more. For all my composer people out there, think about this prelude and think how much is going on in this prelude versus how much is going on in your guys' music. So the first thing happening, first chord, it's not a 1 chord, it's a 5 chord. And then instead of going to 1, guess what he does? He goes to 4. And then he doesn't go to 5 like that, he has F sharp there. Why can he get away with all this weirdness? Because of the melody. Incredible left hand part. So then you got this rising right hand. And then you put that together, right? I feel like when I hear your guys' compositions, you're thinking harmonically first and melodically second. You need to reverse those. Linear, 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 linear. Everything is following a path. If you've got the melody up here following a cool path, and you got the bass line down here following a cool path, and then you know enough theory to make them make some level of sense between each other, golden. You're gonna make so much more interesting pieces that way. Listen to that, just that interplay. That could be so boring. So boring. Sebastian Bach and on Rag Piece, I love to play The Entertainer by Scott Joplin. Absolutely. Okay, back to Opus 10 number 12 for a second. Here is the way to practice this to make this more approachable. I've talked about this before. Right? That's the... So... break those up into chunks, right? I guess the main thing I'm saying is if you love certain composers, don't, like, as quickly as you can, if you love composing and you love certain composers, as quickly as you can, try to get over the fanboy phase. I know it's hard because it sounds great, right? They just sound so good. And then you want to, oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Then you want to go to this next phase where you're actually, this is a keyboard. This is definitely a keyboard. You'll want to go to this next phase where instead of fanboying or going like, that's so incredible, you're analyzing to death. And it doesn't even matter if your analysis is wrong. It just needs to be your analysis. Because if you analyze and you have a system of how you're organizing things, then you're going to be able to take that and No, you can still, okay, you can still be a fanboy, but you want to be able to go like, okay, why does this work? So for example, in the Chopin thing, it's actually quite simple what he's doing here. He is outlining a dominant seventh chord resolving to 1, right? Right? So it's just 5, 1. Now what makes it so cool though is instead of just going very boring, he has this super cool melody. Or pattern, whatever you want to call it. So am I minimizing what he's doing compositionally? No. But it's figuring out how to do that. I think the best way to go is to not listen to any music for a month. I completely disagree with that. It is the complete opposite. You want to listen to a bunch of music so that you really can get an idea of good ideas. But you got to do 2 things. The first is you got to, someone asked for Liebstrom. We can do Liebstrom. The first thing you need to do is you need to not be passive. You need to not just be like, oh, that sounds so good. No, get into it. Try to play some of it. Try to figure out the whys. And then the second part is just try to make some bad music. I'm a huge fan of making bad music. Someone You Love, Louis Capaldi. We could do that in a second. Use Ableton. I like the Arturios. The Arturios are good for the keyboard. YouTube emojis are so goofy. So goofy. Yes, I agree. How long will it take to learn piano from scratch? Rachmaninoff's third. Are you talking about third piano concerto? Because I can tell you right now, I don't think I can play. I mean, I can play parts of the third piano concerto, but ooh, someone has a piano arrangement of it. That's kind of fun. We'll mess around with it in a second. Oh yeah, we're gonna do somebody you love, someone you loved. What is it? Someone you loved. Capaldi. That's right. I'm going under, and this time I fear there's no one to save me. That's right. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So when it comes to buying a keyboard, the Arturio Key Labs, if you're really strapped for cash, just get a really, really cheap one, and it'll be fine. But if not, try to get something a little bit better. Do you have these songs off the top of your head, or are you just sight reading? I am doing mostly sight reading, and then some I know off the top of my head. Doesn't depend on what time it takes. It depends on the dedication and interest you put. That is sort of true. That's not entirely true. A lot of it depends on the time. So I would say that Asmit, if you are super passionate about it and you're like, okay, I'm going to speed run learning piano, you could probably get to the point where you're playing pop songs and easy stuff in a month. That would be like super speed run mode. I would say a more generous goal that's not going to get you discouraged is to slow roll that sucker. Spend 5 to 15 minutes a day messing around with piano. Within 6 months to a year, you will be able to play little pieces, whether that's sight reading or by ear or just from YouTube tutorials. And then by that point, you could get really into it. And then maybe 3 years from then, you'd really be able to work your way through some pretty gnarly classical and different things. But Alan is not wrong in the sense that the more you're dedicated and the more interest you have, the faster you will learn. But ultimately, so much of it is a time dependency, but it's a consistent time dependency, meaning 6 hours on one day is not as good as even 30 minutes on 6 days. Let me try to say that again, because the math doesn't math, right? 6 hours on one day is 6 hours. If you do 30 minutes on 6 days for a week, that's only 3 hours. Wait, did I do that right? 30 minutes for 6 days? Yes, that's only 3 hours. That 30 minutes over 6 days is going to be way better than 6 hours on one day. That may be an extreme example. Let me give you a simpler one. Let's say you got really excited one day and you practiced for an hour and a half, right? But then you get tired and you're worn out and you don't have time the rest of the week because you got a full life. Or you don't have time for the next 3 days. It would be far better to practice 10 minutes only on 3 days than to practice that hour and a half on one day for most people. And again, of course there's going to be exceptions. Some people out there, they're going to be like, that's the way they do it, and it works for them. I'm saying for the regular person, that's the case. So, yep, yeah. Okay, all right. Lydian is so nice. Play one note daily. How long would it take for me to play the entire Moonlight Sonata third movement? You know, I mean, you'll get there. Don't worry. Take some time. Of course, you do need to practice some degree of time. Good question. Yeah, rock 3 is nice. Rock is good. I have real quick thing about the what you can take from this from a composition standpoint, and then I want to answer this question from Weenus, day 3 of asking Robert to play Humoresque. I'll look over at Humoresque. Other people were asking requests, and you already got one in, so that's why I was semi-ignoring you. Okay, so something to really try. This goes out to anybody who likes composing, especially if you love classical. Try to avoid resolving right away. How long can you hold out, if you will? Like, so here's a good example. We're here, right? This is near the end of the phrase already, right? Now, an average composer would have done this. I'll tell you the average composer one, right? Edge the resolution. Yes, it's a crass but absolutely correct way to explain how to do this. Right? That would be an average composer's resolution. Rock, on the other hand, does this. Oh, B flat, okay. Okay, 2. So now we got to go to the 5, right? Nope. 3, 4, cadential 6, 4. Okay, so now we're going to do 5, 1, right? Nope, that's not what we're going to do. 3, 4, cadential 6, 4, and then diminished, going back to the cadential 6, 4, and then back up to the B flat, keep going up. C minor, what in the world? What is going on? And then finally the cadential 6, 4. What? Oh, this one? Yeah, I can play the lick. Yeah, it really, really works. 2 pixel resolution, you need worse resolution. I can try to work on it. No, I'm just back from a trip. I'll probably get a better setup even tomorrow, but we'll see. You want Humoresque? Probably Dvorak, right? Is that what you want? Which Humoresque? There's a billion Humoresques. Is there a particular one? This? You want this? You mean 433, the hardest piano song. When do you usually go live? It's all over the place. It's similar-ish to this time, typically, but it's been crazy recently. Dumb? Sure. Let's do dumb. Let's see. Let me see if I can remember. I'm not like them, but I can pretend. The sun is gone, but I have a light. The day is gone, but I'm having fun. I think I'm dumb, or maybe just happy. happy. Think I'm just happy. Think I'm just happy. My heart is broke, but I have some glue. Help me inhale and end it with you. We'll float around and hang out on clouds. Then we'll come down and have a hangover. Have a hangover. Have a hangover. I know. Have a hangover. I think I gotta clean the lens on my camera, on my phone. Skim the sun, fall asleep, wish away, the soul is cheap. Lesson learned, wish me luck, soothe the burn, wake me up. I'm not like them, but I can pretend. The sun is gone, but I have a light. The day is done, but I'm having fun. I think I'm done, or maybe just happy. So when you say the Westworld theme, are you talking about Reverie, or are you talking about, because I'm pretty sure the Westworld, I can't remember, I think there's the theme, and then there's, yeah, we'll do the theme, because there's the theme, and then there's the song that they always play. No, I'm talking about Debussy, Reverie. I'm performing on my school graduation. I chose a not very popular piece called Raindrops by Flavio Bellardo. This sounds cool. I'm all about not so popular pieces. Well, thanks everybody for watching. I know it's been a while and I know it's a little crazy, but anyway, I gotta go for now. I'm gonna try to figure out a way that I maybe can still live stream even when I'm traveling, but this past trip I literally only had my backpack with me, so I didn't even have a keyboard. Sorry, you'll have to wait until next time. Oh yes, thanks Weenus, because I did want to respond to that. How to remember the fingerings. It's all about the fourth finger. You have to remember where the fourth finger is. That's the main goal. So, let's say you're doing B flat major, one of the hardest scales to do. What you're going to do is you're going to try to remember where that fourth finger is. In this case, it's on B flat in the right hand, and it's on E flat in the left hand. That's all you have to remember. Fourth finger location, number one thing. That's going to mainly help, but let me give you one more extra tidbit, which is think about groups of 4 and groups of 3 as well. So let's say you're doing flat scales. You need a certain amount of fingers. Oh, why the fourth? The fourth finger is the only finger that only plays one note of the scale. So the third finger is going to play multiple notes. The second finger is going to play multiple notes. The thumb is going to play multiple notes. The pinky is only going to play at the end on some scales. But the fourth finger is consistently going to be assigned to only one note per 7 notes. So, I know there was no live for a while, Preya. That's because I was traveling. Again, right now, this is just to explain how life works for me right now. I've got 5 kids. My wife still works. I run my own business, and then I have my own commitments and my own live performances. And this is something that I'm hoping to gear towards the point where it becomes such a big deal that I can justify just being like, well, this is my live streaming time and this is my time for my channel. But again, right now, that's not the case. So we are gonna be as consistent as we can be, but that's the deal. Fourth note, yes, and you can look that up, Weenus. The other thing is you could just get a scale book. It's not a bad idea. Gives you something to look at and keep track of. That can really, really help as well. So, all right, thanks so much, everybody. Peace out. I probably will be around tomorrow. I may be around Saturday. Sunday is very dicey, and then I'm gone the following week. But again, I'm hoping to bring a keyboard and then maybe live stream on the road at like hotel rooms. So, all right, peace out, everybody. Take it easy. Bye.